Hi, my name is Tendisai Cromwell, and I'm based out of the Toronto area. I most recently worked as a UX researcher and research coordinator at NorQuest College, and I'm the co-founder of Bioimmersive. It's an extended reality studio and lab dedicated to using immersive tech like VR, AR to advance environmental causes, social issues, and broadly foster connections with the natural world. Prior to this, I worked as a UX designer on a VR prototype as part of an incubator. And then in my past life, I worked in arts management and the media arts, and I was the executive director of the Regent Park Film Festival, and I even hosted a podcast. So I've been also engaged in some really meaningful training involving biomimicry. It's a form of design thinking that uses nature as design inspiration. And I've been working in the UX and immersive tech space for about 3 years now. Well, with both UX research as well as working in the space that I work in with Bioimmersive, it really foundationally is having a great deal of curiosity and following your curiosity. It's important to have a spirit of collaboration and empathy. You're able to listen and ask the right questions. Of course, it's important to be willing to learn new technologies and work with cross-functional teams. As a UX researcher / research coordinator at NorQuest College, my job was to study the efficacy of a digital tool and a program that was targeting a specific population. It was largely targeted towards newcomers with foreign training in the supply chain industry who had a hard time finding work. And so this platform would help certify their knowledge and their skills so they can be able to get Canadian experience. I did that by designing data collection tools such as surveys, interview questions, usability sessions for the platform. I also recruited and conducted these interviews with participants. I also helped develop content for the platform and is culminated in a final research paper. But separately, in my capacity as a CEO of Bioimmersive, I broadly lead the overall operations of the company, and no 2 days are the same. One day I could be managing partnerships or engaging client acquisition or just regular meetings with my team. And sometimes, networking, of course, and traveling, and really learning about the intersections of, immersive tech and nature and biomimicry. Since Bioimmersive launched last year, we worked with an artist named Javed Jah. He created a large-scale installation that was floating on the water at Lakeshore. And in the installation were messages for water from anyone from around the world, actually. And so he hired us to create an augmented reality experience where people could actually access those messages and read them. And so that was a really wonderful collaboration. Since then, we collaborated with Sheridan College for an applied research project related to kind of creating a virtual human. More on that later. I'm still learning what it takes to succeed. I still feel that I'm very early in my career, but I'm seeing that within myself and what I observe of other people is tenacity, ability to engage in collaborations, and really identifying the right kind of people to bring onto your team. I've mentioned curiosity before. Curiosity is really, really important when you're dealing with emerging technologies. And I would say confidence, but you don't actually have to be confident to be in this industry. You just have to be able to move through fear and uncertainty and self-doubt. So just pushing forward. Well, when I was looking both in UX as well as the immersive space, what worked for me was that understanding that I'm not someone who wants to work in a technical role. So I really looked into what are non-technical roles that I could work in, but still be in the immersive space. So UX was a really good opportunity for me to work in the tech space, but not have to do any highly technical work. I do think it's also important to look to someone who has your ideal future role and then see what kind of experience they have and skill sets, and then try to develop from that. I would say just to ensure that whatever role you're looking for aligns with your interests, but more importantly, the lifestyle that you want for yourself, and any current or future aspirations that fall outside of your career trajectory. That could be ensuring that you have work-life balance, that maybe you're someone who likes to travel. Just make sure whatever you're choosing aligns with who you are as a person. Well, I like how exploratory and experimental the immersive space is. It's still a very much emerging technology with ever-shifting rules and standards. So it really feels exciting to be part of the conversation, and specifically like shaping the ethics around it, because I'm really interested in how to create more environmentally friendly forms of technology and ones that could be used meaningfully to really shape the conversation around pro-environmental behavior, let's say. So that's kind of exciting to be part of that conversation. Yes, I think it's really important if you want to move into this industry is to engage in a lot of self-directed learning and look to incubators and boot camps and do a lot of micro-credentials, like where you can learn about these industries, whether it's UX or the immersive space. But what's more important is to learn through experience, do a lot of experiential learning, actually purchase or rent a headset and go through some content, see what's good, see what's bad, and learn in that way. Augmented reality also is really great, something you can do through your mobile device. A lot of free platforms as well as free content. So it would be great to experience and learn in that way. And it's really critical to build a portfolio of your work that demonstrates your skills, interests, and your experience. And you can do this if you don't have any background in this by just doing independent projects and documenting as you go along and creating a case study as you explore new platforms and technologies. A lot of companies I find really are excited by people who do independent projects, because it shows commitment, it shows that you're an independent learner, that you're a go-getter. And so that's really critical. And lastly, you probably already have transferable skills, especially if you're coming from another industry. So just practice what you know and showcase it in your portfolio. I think I'm still learning, but I'm finding that there is no, at least for myself, there's not really a linear path to IDM. And it's not necessarily always the most fruitful path if you get education that leads directly to a job. So I think it's really being open to exploring, trying new things, getting uncomfortable because you're often not going to know a lot of things, and just allowing yourself to follow your curiosity and then know when to be focused when the time comes. But just exploring and not being committed to this linear path.